Congratulations, you have accepted an offer on your house. The next 2 or 3 weeks are very important in this process and feel like you are sitting on pins and needles, waiting to see how it's all going to shake out. But don't worry, this video is going to walk you through what to expect and what is going on during this phase of the transaction. And of course, I'll be there with you every step of the way. So one of the first things that will happen is the buyer and their agent is going to decide which inspections they want and hire inspectors to come to your house. Once scheduled, they will let me know the date and time, and I will let you know. For the home inspection and termite inspection, you want to make sure all the areas of the house are accessible. If you have a crawl space or attic access, make sure the inspectors can get to them. In your garage, if possible, try to leave the walls accessible. If you have boxes piled against the walls and they are somewhat movable, please move them towards the center of the garage so the inspectors can see the walls. Make sure that the smoke detectors are working and your carbon monoxide detectors are installed. You do not need to be home during the home inspection. The buyer's agent should be there, and many times the buyers are also present. We will get a copy of the inspection reports once they are ready. This is also the time when we present the disclosures that you filled out to the buyer for review. It is not uncommon for the buyers to come back and have additional questions about something that you disclose. If they do, then you can write a letter of an explanation to help them better understand. And of course, it's always best practice to over-disclose. The lender will also schedule the appraiser to come out to do the property appraisal. After those things happen, we wait. We wait for the buyers to get back to us regarding the inspections and decide if they are satisfied with the condition of the house or if there are repairs they would like done in order for them to proceed with the purchase. Technically, per the contract, they are purchasing the house as is. However, remember they are in their inspection contingency timeframe and would be within their right to cancel if items came up on the inspections that they felt uncomfortable with. Should they present us with a repair request, we have several options. We can agree to the repairs, we can negotiate which ones we'll do and which ones we won't do. We can decide not to do any repairs. In the latter two options, the buyer gets the option to decide if they accept our response or if they would like to cancel the contract. Usually we're able to negotiate and come to an agreement that everyone feels agreeable. Once we have agreed on any repairs requested, we ask the buyer to remove their inspection contingency. Once they do that, they cannot cancel for the reason of the condition of the house. Then we wait for the appraisal to come back. Should the appraisal come back at the purchase price, then we're good to go. We then ask the buyer to remove their appraisal contingency. If the appraisal comes in low, we have 4 options. Reduce the sales price to the appraised value, meet somewhere in the middle with the buyer bringing in additional funds to make up the difference, and you also lowering the purchase price. The buyer makes up the entire difference bringing in additional funds, or we cancel the contract. Usually around the 3rd week, we hear back from the lender. Once their loan has been fully approved, or if there are any issues arising with the loan. Once the loan is approved, the buyer will remove their loan contingency. After all 3 contingencies are removed, buyer does not have a way to cancel the contract without risking losing their deposit. If any repairs were agreed to, you should start getting those items fixed, as they will need to be done prior to close of escrow. If it is a repair that is required for the buyer's loan, we will want to get those repairs done as soon as possible so the appraiser or inspector can come out to certify that the work was done. I recommend that you do not completely pack or move until the buyer has removed all their contingencies or until we feel confident that this transaction will close. You should, however, go ahead and schedule your moving company if you're using one, as they do book up well in advance sometimes. So here we are, close of escrow. What is close of escrow? This is the date when the escrow records the deed to the property to the new owner. That is the day you are no longer the owner of your home. While the contract has specific close of escrow date, there are so many variables out of our control that the date ends up being more of a target that we shoot for. and we rarely actually close on that exact date. But as we get closer, we'll have a better idea. Once a buyer's loan docs come into escrow and they sign, we usually close 3 to 5 business days after that. Rest assured that I will be keeping in constant contact with the buyer's agent and finding out when we can anticipate their loan docs coming in and finding out what their particular lender's timeframes are for funding the buyer's loan after they sign their documents. I know that this was a lot of information, but I hope with that little bit of extra knowledge, it helps you to understand all the moving parts that are happening during the escrow period. As always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm here to help and answer any questions you may have.